Well, hello and welcome back. We're continuing our look at Python and SQL. And this time we're going to focus a little more on the Python side, I guess, because we've made a pretty solid progress. We have a few things left that we need to do. Some of these are non-trivial. But I think at this point, I want to pull this one here, is clean this thing up a little bit, because I think as we move forward, it'll be a little easier to do so. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take, a couple things here. So we're going to start with this main.py that we run, and we're just going to duplicate it. And we're going to, somewhere in here, I think I just do a copy paste. There we go. And we're going to call this dbsync.py. And we don't have to worry about that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to have main, and it's going to use dbsync. So what main's going to do, and actually, let's clean this up a little bit. So if we go to dbsync, what we're going to do is we're going to create a class called SQL Sync. We'll do synchronize. And then it's going to have a couple different things. It's going to have a bunch of stuff in it. So what we can do is, let's see, we're going to keep all our procedures. So we're going to get rid of the code at the end here. That's a cleanup. Here we go. And let's go back here. Because what we'll probably do is actually end up sort of keeping the connections. Do we have we don't have compare tables, do we? So we're going to have to create compare tables. Yeah, we have missing tables, but we need compare tables. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's take that compare tables, and when we do that, here we go. So the first thing we do is we're going to do this compare tables, and we're going to build out a tables list. Actually, we're going to do it twice, I think, because what we're going to do is we're going to do, let's go look at these real quick. And let's do it this way. We're going to take the connections, and what we're going to have here is we're going to have source DB, and we're going to have destination DB, and we'll just do equals none, equals none. I think we can do it this way. And then let's see what we're going to have here is we're going to have, this is going to be self dot source DB equals the connection. So we're going to change this stuff up quite a bit in a sense. And we're going to call this connect to destination. This is going to be connect to source. What we'll probably end up doing, why doesn't it like that? Self. Whoops. That's going to be self. And then this is going to be self.destination DB equals. So missing tables. Whoop. Okay, so missing tables is simply going to take we're going to do two things. So we're going to have source tables, and we'll just start with that. We'll have target tables, and so now here, this is just going to be self, and then for row n, self dot is that source tables? Oops, target tables. And if the name is not in self.source tables, then, and we're going to do this, we're going to go ahead and take missing tables, so we don't have to pass those around. And we're going to do self.missing tables. Let's do this. This just needs to be, we're going to make sure that we set him to nothing, and then we're going to come in here and do self.missing tables. So when we run missing tables, we should be in good shape. What's you complaining about? Let's call him, let's see, this is going to be, let's do set missing tables. So now, oops. Let's do it like this. Let's be consistent. And we're going to do source tables, target tables, and missing tables. So that gets us target tables, source tables, missing tables. There we go. And row from outer scope. I don't know what that is. Okay, so we should be good. So here we're going to be, there's going to be define, let's see, compare tables. And it's going to be a self. There we go. And then we're going to take this like that. So we need a cursor, which is going to be probably from, let's see if we go back here where we created our little cursor. We got it as, okay. So we need these cursors. Let's go ahead. We're going to create those each time. So we're going to come into our dbsync here, and we're going to do cursor equals, and this will be self.source what did we call it? Source DB. Okay. So this should be, oh, except for I called it, yeah, I did it with an SRC, my mistake. Okay, and so that gives me a cursor. And then this one, cursor 2, is going to be, whoops, from the destination. So we're going to come in here, and we're going to go call him the destination db.cursor. So I've got our cursors. We're going to create these, create a list of each of these. We don't need missing at this point. We do need self.source tables. And we're going to do self.target tables. And then we're going to have to do self.source tables. And we're going to do self.target tables. And so now we've built out here, we've built out the things that we're going to need. So there is going to be, some work to be done here. We have to make sure that we call things in order, but we're going to go ahead and do this. So we compare our tables, missing procedures. is going to be pretty straightforward if we can get all the way into that. Oh, and let's take our cursors here. We're going to do the same thing up here. And we make sure we close it. So we have a cursor and a cursor 2. So we're going to do a cursor close and a cursor 2 close. I assume, what is it complaining about there? Oh, there's some sort of outer scope. We don't need to worry about that too much. We don't need import sys, I don't think. Well, probably not. Okay. Let's see. So this is going to be self.sourceDB. And this is going to be self.destinationDB. So we're good. And we're going to go through here. Let's see. Do we have... Oh, but we do need, for missing procedures, we need self. And we need a source name and a destination name. Which is... Okay, so this is our database. So we're going to go ahead and keep that. And then we should be good through all of this. I'm not seeing anything that should matter here. Oh, yeah, it is, because here we've got to do... Okay, so this is self.sourceDB. Whoops. And then here is going to be self.sourceDB. And am I using destination? It probably just says that's a spelling typo. Okay. And then self-source. Close everything. We can probably... Let's get rid of some of this output. Nah, we'll keep that output for now. So we're going to do the same thing. So we've got that. We're going to come in here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do that. We don't need our source anymore. Oops, it's a comma. Pretty much the same of everything. Let's go back up here where we create these two. And those are probably the same names. And we're going to take this whole thing to here. Tab that up. And let's see. So again, we have self.sourceDB. And here, self.sourceDB. And let's see, do we use it again? Doesn't look like we do. Okay, so we should be good. Same thing, missing triggers. We're going to come up, we don't need our source, our databases. We got those. We get our source and our destination. Do I have that? Yep, there we go. So we got those fixed. Let's see, we'll do this here. I don't need these comments anymore. So we should be good there. I think that's all good. It's going to be SN, the self. And notice we're not having to do all of this. I don't know what that tables list. Missing columns. Let's look at what do we use for missing columns. When we call missing columns, we're actually using it on source tables. So we should be good. dbsync. So here, this should be, that tables list is actually source columns. So that's missing columns and table in self dot source. Oh, it's going to push this up one so I can make sure it picks it up right and uses its little autocomplete stuff properly. I get that. So now this is going to be self.source tables. And then source execute. Oh, interesting. I don't know that I need to do... And missing columns. Oh, that's for each table. Okay, so we're good. Yeah, so we're going to come in. We're going to find our missing columns. Let's see, destination names, because we only need the tables that are in the source because we've already built them into the destination. Okay, so we're good. We could technically do only destination and see if they exist in source, but that could cause some problems if we have extra tables in our destination. So we're good there. So we're going through here. We are gonna, let's get rid of this print column row, and we go through and we've got everything. So we should be good there. I went a little bit long there. So this seems like a good point to sort of cut away and wrap up for today. We will dive right back in tomorrow, next episode, and we're going to continue right into this. It is a little bit tedious. It is something that you may want to, skip ahead and just take a look at how things have changed. However, there are several little comments and things that are noted as we go through and do this cleanup that may be useful to you, particularly from the Python side. The SQL side, not so much. We've sort of, this is really sort of a couple of Python heavy focused episodes, but then we will get back into it. So we've got one more. We're doing some cleanup, and then we're going to dive into our next round of issues to tackle. That being said, we'll let you get out there and get back to your day. So go out there and have yourself a great day, a great week, and we will talk to you next time.